does the 3-year term mean to you after, as you said, playing on a lot of 1-year deals?
Yeah, no, it gives yourself a bit of security, you know. Establish myself even more as a player, you know, and from there just trying to be useful for the team and help any kind of way I can.
Who's the first person you told when you signed the contract? Who was the first call?
My girlfriend, obviously. She was at home, so it was my girlfriend and my parents. You know, they were all happy.
How did it come about? Did they come to you? You go to them? How did it kind of get to the finish line here?
I mean, I think that's part of the negotiations. I mean, it happened. I wouldn't go into details, but I'm just happy we got it done. And they're happy, I'm happy. So we have a game tomorrow.
Does it take something off your mind down the stretch here, like to have that just done?
Well, obviously, like when you play through it, it's you know, you want to get it done. So it's just a question of getting to an agreement. And like I said, we got it done before playoffs, so that's even a good thing. I can just focus on it.
What kind of a message does it send that you, Bobby McMahon, guys like that are rewarded for, like you say, the hard work and all that?
Well, I think me and Bobby, like we both work really hard to be where we're at right now. You know, we didn't have the easy way, so I think for us having that recognition that hard work pays off, it's heartwarming.
Anything you want to do to celebrate, or anything you want to buy, or how do you celebrate this pretty big deal for you?
Yeah. No, I think I'll just keep living the way I am. It's just I'll keep my cars. You know, I won't change a thing. Maybe I'll bring my girlfriend shopping a little bit, but you know, just other than that, it's nothing changed for me.
What do you like about the city?
Oh, the
Commitment of 3 years here now.
city's great. I mean, the fans are unbelievable. So having 3 years to play in front of them, you know, just playing hard, is just special. So I'll do my best to live up to those expectations.
I'm a fan favorite. Do you have a favorite fan moment so far in Toronto?
Well, all the time, it's easy. When the fans recognize you, it's fun. You know, like they know they appreciate you. So it's just really special to play here.
Did you get recognized a lot in Anaheim?
Not really, but it's a different market, which is fine. But no, like I said, Toronto is a special city, special place to be part of, and I'm glad to be here for another 3 years.
When you come to a new market, you may not know how it's going to go. When did it feel like home for you, or like real to you, that like this could be a place you want to be at for a while?
I mean, throughout the year, you know, like you build, like you create memories, you create friendships, you find your little spot, your little neighborhoods you find. So like I like the city, I like the guys, I like the group, the staff is unreal. Everybody treat us really well here. So like it wasn't long before the couple of games into the season. I was like, I need to stay here, so I better be playing well.
How did Mitch look to you today, first practice since the injury?
Mitch, pretty good. He always does those 10 and 2s, right? Those Eagles shuffles. He looks good, you know. Like it's a question of time, I think, for him to come back. I don't know when. It's up to him. But I'm glad that he's doing well in his recovery.
What has Duar meant to the team since he got here?
No, he's a reliable player, right? He's really smart, especially on the PK. He does a really good job for us. He works hard. He's really smart. So that's created a lot of balance in the lineup. So really happy to have him.
What's it like? How are you feeling first practice in a while?
Yeah, it's great. It feels nice to be back out with the guys, obviously, you know. We want to be around the guys and want to try to be helping out. So it's nice to be back out there and get a sweat with them.
How close do you feel like you are to playing again?
Yeah, it's close. So, you know, just take it day by day. Just keep progressing the right way and, you know, just be ready when the time comes.
When you initially got hurt, did you think you'd be out this long?
No, it's just, you know, didn't really know what was going to happen, and, you know, it's kind of just been what it's been.
Do you see any benefit, Mitch, in getting 2 or 3 weeks to, as you recover, at least recharge the battery to an extent before playoffs?
I think that's how you got to look at it, because, you know, we're all competitive in here. We don't want to miss games, especially, you know, this late in the season. So, you know, you can look at it that way, and that's how I've been trying to look at it.
Such a strange play when you got hurt. Like, what happened there? What do you recall?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching every game. You guys have been talking about it every single game, so I think you guys can, you know, say whatever you want. It's behind me now. You know, stuff happened, and kind of just go on from it.
You, of course, went through an ankle injury back in 2019-20. What do you recall about that? Because you came back pretty strong back then.
Yeah, you know, just keep the mentals good. You know, I'll let you guys speculate on what you think it is. So.
Is it not a high ankle
I don't
sprain?
know. It's, hey, whatever you guys want to say it is, but it's behind me now. I'm excited to be back out here with the guys and competing with them again.
I'm sure you had some goals as far as milestones points this year, but it's all about playoffs now that you're back and ready for these final 10 games or whatever.
Yeah, we get asked that question at the start of every year. I think you have set goals, but at the same time, you just want to try to help your team win as many games as possible and get yourself in the best position for playoffs. So, it's been fun watching these guys compete out there and give it their all. And, like I said, it's just something we wish you'd be out there with them.
What do you make of how the team has kind of found a way without it in the lineup?
Yeah, it's been great. Like we speak about so many times, this team has stepped up in big ways when people have gone down with stuff. So, every guy has stepped up into a bigger role and bigger moment and have taken it on with, full head of steam.
What was it like to see Gio get that moment last night, get back in the lineup, score a big goal?
Yeah, special. It was kind of, breathtaking from it. Just obviously, he's had a tough year, and he means a lot to this locker room, means a lot to this city, and it's obviously his first goal back since the passing of his father, which I think is just from obviously you saw him point up. It's meant for his dad, so it's such a cool moment. First game back, start us off with that. It's, he's a warrior out there, and I think everyone sees it.
Simon getting a 3-year deal today, from where he was when he came into this group at the beginning of training camp to the position he's played himself into now. What does that say about what Simon's all about?
Yeah, he's a competitive guy. I think we see it every night. He goes into the battles, with the physical mindset, and he's done a great job with his length and his body of, picking off pucks, blocking shots in the kill. So it's, we're happy to have him for 3 more years, and we're excited to have him, and he's excited to be here, which is great also.
T.J, how have you felt since coming back in the lineup?
Felt pretty good, yeah. Just trying to keep my feet moving and be involved.
Yeah. What was it like having to kind of process that when you found out you're coming out?
Yeah, it's, no one wants to be out of the lineup, but, it is what it is. You try to just move on and be better the next time you get in.
How was the message framed to you, TJ? Was it more just about a reset, an opportunity to take a breath rather than punishment?
Yeah. Before the Washington game, Keefe just said to take the day and get some rest and try to get your mind right.
How encouraging was last night in terms of shot blocks, jump in the offense, that kind of thing? Seemed to be your kind of game again.
Yeah. It felt good last night. Some nights chances to get shots through are there, and some nights they aren't. But last night, I got a couple chances. So.
When we're usually talking to you, and you're not playing, it's because of injury or whatever. When you were given the day, what kind of things did you do that maybe felt that could help improve yourself?
I guess you just you try to get the rest. It's a long season, so when you get a chance to, you take advantage of it that way. And then just spend some time with the family, I guess, when you're home, and sort of get away from the game that way.
What's been the biggest challenge for you, TJ, this season, kind of getting consistently where you want to be?
I think just the confidence and when things don't go the way you want them to be able to put it behind you and move on and not have a snowball and affect you even more the next time.
You're not leaned on for offense. Obviously, defense is your bread and butter, but it has been frustrating that puck hasn't gone for you in a while.
Obviously you want to contribute that way, but I know that's not my job here, and if it happens, it happens, and it's positive. But there's other things I can do to help the team.
What do you think of the recent additions to the blue line and the fact that Simon got rewarded today with a new contract?
Yeah, the new additions have been good, I think, and it's nice to see a guy like Benny get rewarded. He's played really good here, and he's a big physical guy, and he's fun to watch.
You go back a long ways with Giordano. What was it like for you to see him get that moment last night?
Yeah, it's nice to see him get that one. Obviously he's been in the lineup for a while, so to get that one in the first game back, it's fun to see.
What stood out about how he's kind of handled this stretch?
Yeah, he seems pretty positive. Obviously you just got to be ready and you see, right now that down the stretch, you might need a lot of bodies. So everyone's just got to be ready if, you're in or out, and, know that the team needs you.
Mitch, look to your eyes today, and what's kind of the next step for him now on his recovery path?
Mitch looked good today. In terms of the next step for him, I would say is just, further participation in practice, which we won't have another practice again until Tuesday. So I would say, once we get into that territory, you start to think about when to put him back in, but we're not there yet.
Is it more a conditioning thing at this point? Obviously with the leg not being able to skate to the extent maybe?
I mean, I'm not so much worried about conditioning necessarily with Mitch, but you want to build up the workload and get used to playing in competitive situations and all of that, and just make sure you're very comfortable. So we'll just continue to grow his workload through practices, and it's a challenge this time of year, especially because you're trying to prepare the team to play tomorrow night against Buffalo, and then you also got players that you're trying to bring along, like such as Mitch in his case. But we'll manage it as best we can. We won't have another chance to do it until Tuesday in his case, and then we'll sort of take it a day at a time from there.
How's Morgan Riley doing?
He's progressing well. Won't be available tomorrow, but he looks like he's turned the corner here and should be on the ice, in the next day or so.
With Benoit's new deal, what's kind of the message about him, Bobby McMahon, guys who've been rewarded now for some of their work?
Well, I think first thing is that the organization believes in them. I think that's really important. And it's a reward for the work that they've done, but it's the belief that you have in them that not only are they playing important parts of the team now, but you believe that they're going to get better and they're going to be important parts of the team going forward. I think that's important. I think I don't know how many players I've coached in the time that I've been here, but I've coached a lot of players here. There's been a lot of guys that have come and gone, and some continuity and having guys that you're bringing along and that are growing with the team. I think that's really important. I think certainly in McMahon and Benoit's cases are guys that we think can really continue to grow with the group.
Coming into camp, where was Benoit sort of in your mind in terms of the depth chart compared to where he is obviously right now?
He was obviously, he was a depth guy, which is why he was brought in. He was brought in to compete in camp. He had a tough camp, got injured, and it took him a while to get acclimated. But he was a guy that, the feeling was that he had some elements that we lacked. Size, length, physicality, all of those sorts of things, so that it was good to have that option available to us, and we're just going to watch him compete. Now, he played a lot in the league too, so that was another part of it that you like, with some experience. So, you liked why you brought him in, but numbers coming out of camp were always tight, salary cap was always tight, all these kind of things. So he ends up having to go spend time with the Marlies, but did so with a great attitude, and was very realistic about the way his camp had gone, and had known that he didn't have a great camp or didn't show as much as he would have liked to, but went down, worked at his game when he came up, took advantage of the opportunities that he got. So it's been great, and he's approached it this last month or so very similarly since the trade deadline. He's out of the lineup for a little bit, but he's used that time wisely and has put in the work to stay ready, as I told him that he should be doing, and that opportunity would come back around, and it has, and he's done a good job coming in. So he's a player that you want to show belief in, because he's going to put in the work. We think he's just going to continue to get better. He's fit in really well around here. He's brings lots of energy and enthusiasm and personality to the group too, which I think is an important thing. And then he's a guy, I think, that gives our group a different element, and you like having him in there for those reasons. But we've also seen here with the additions of Edmondson and Labushkin and all that, you can never have enough depth, and Benoit's a good example of why the tree went out and signed him at a time when we didn't really know exactly where he fit in, but you needed another guy, and that's here we are.
What's the outlook for Liljegren in terms of a timeline?
timeline not exactly set, but not a day-to-day situation. So it's more week to week, I would say. But we're not expecting at this point to outlast the regular season.
Is it the same with Edmonton?
Similar, yeah.
What have you liked about, I guess, Brodie since he's kind of gotten through that healthy scratch phase, and what are you kind of seeing from him?
I think he's just come in and done his job. That's really it. I think last night I thought was the best of the games he's played since coming back. So that's really it. I don't think we've seen a massive change in him or anything like that. But I just think he's gone out and done his job, and that's what you need. He's a guy that plays important minutes for us, plays a type of role and position for us that doesn't get a lot of notice or doesn't get a lot of accolades or anything like that. But he's got a very important job to play for us, and seem to do that well.